The Rigveda 10.157-173, 5 verses. We will, with Indra and all gods to aid us, bring these existing worlds into subjection. Our sacrifice, our bodies, and our offspring. Let Indra form together with Adityas, with the Adityas, with the band of Marutas. May Indra be protector of our bodies, as when the gods came after they had slaughtered the Asuras, keeping safe their godlike nature, brought the sun hitherward with mighty powers, and looked about them on their vigorous godhead. Ultimate divinity through the light beings as representatives rules the various parts of the universe. And the Asuras are the demiurges that may be set up as rulers by people, but their ultimate hold in regard is limited. Hymn 10.158, Surya. Because it's not ultimate, because it's limited. 5 verses. May Surya guard us out of heaven, and Vata from the firmament, and Agni from terrestrial spots. Thou Savitar, whose flame deserves 100 libations, be thou pleased. From failing lightning, keep us safe. May Savitar, the god, and may Parvata also give us sight. May the Creator give us sight. May sight give sight unto our eye. Give thou our bodies sight, that they may see. May we survey, discern this world. Thus, Surya, may we look on thee most lovely to behold. See clearly with the eyes of men. Now, we know we're human. We know we're in human bodies. And thus, we only ask for the best perception through that. But who knows what that is, right? Because things that you can't imagine, or there's certain frequencies that some people can see and stuff that others can't. Hymn 10.159, Sachi Paulomi, 6 verses. Yon sun hath mounted up, and these my happy fate hath mounted high. I, knowing this, as conqueror, have won my husband for mine own. I am the banner and the head. A mighty arbitress am I. I am victorious, and my lord shall be submissive to my will. My sons are slayers of the foe. My daughter is a ruling queen. I am victorious over my lord. My song of triumph is supreme. Oblation, that which Indra gave, and thus grew glorious and most high. This have I offered, O ye gods, and rid me of each rival wife, destroyer of the rival wife, sole spouse, victorious conqueror. The other's glory have I seized as twere the wealth of weaker dames. I have subdued as conqueror these rivals, these my fellow wives, that I may hold imperial sway over the hero and the folk. And some of these hymns are supposed to be directly the words of the various entities. So this is Sachi Paulomi, and 10.160, Indra, 5 verses. Taste this strong draught, enriched with offered viands. With all thy chariot here, unyoke thy coursers. Let not those other sacrificers stay thee, Indra. These juices shed for thee are ready. Thine is the juice effused, thine are the juices yet to be pressed. Our resonant songs invite thee, O Indra, pleased today with this libation. Come thou who knowest all, and drink the soma. Whoso, devoted to the god, effuses Soma for him with yearning heart and spirit. Never doth Indra give away his cattle. For him he makes the lovely Soma famous. He looks with loving favor on the mortal who, like a rich man, pours for him the Soma. Maghavan in his bended arm supports him. He slays unaxed the men who hate devotion. We call on thee to come to us, desirous of goods and spoil, of cattle and of horses. For thy new love and favor are we present. Let us invoke thee, Indra, as our welfare. And you can talk about presencing beings, but the ultimate causal is one to which we are presencing ourselves in their presence, rather, than the presence not being there at any particular time of the ultimate causal. Hymn 10.161, Indra. For life I set free by this libation from the unknown decline and from consumption, or if the grasping demon have possessed him, free him from her, O Indra, thou and Agni. Be his days ended, be he now departed, be he brought very near to death already, out of destruction's lap again, I bring him, save him for life, to last 100 autumns. With 100-eyed oblation, 100 autumned, bringing 100 lives, have I restored him, that Indra for 100 years may lead him safe to the farther shore of all misfortune. Live, waxing in thy strength, 100 autumns live through 100 springs, 100 winters through 100 lived oblation. Indra, Agni, Brihaspati, Savatar, yield him for 100. So have I found and rescued thee. Thou hast returned with youth renewed. Whole in thy members, I have found thy sight, and all thy life for thee. And in Lazuvama, the word for possession is havukstviv. So what possesses you? Hymn 10.162. Agni, 6 verses. May Agni, yielding to our prayer, the Raksha's slayer, drive away the melody of evil name that hath beset thy laboring womb. Agni, concurring in the prayer, drive off the eater of the flesh, the melody of evil name that hath attacked thy babe and womb, that which destroys the sinking germ, the settled, moving embryo, that which will kill the babe at birth. Even this will we drive far away. That which divides thy legs, that it may lie between the married pair, that penetrates and licks thy side, even this will we exterminate. What rests by thee in borrowed form of brother, lover, or of lord, that would destroy thy progeny, even this will we exterminate. That which through sleep or darkness hath deceived thee, and lies down by thee, and will destroy thy progeny, even this will we exterminate. And we didn't unnecessarily destroy the body and things that, other than, old age, and even old age, minimizing some of the effects. Certainly we do something about physically as we invoke deity in this regard. Hymn 10.163, 6 verses. From both thy nostrils, from thine eyes, from both thine ears, and from thy chin, forth from thy head, and brain and tongue, I drive thy malady away. From neck, tendons, and the neck, from the breastbones, and from the spine, from shoulders, upper, lower arms, I drive thy malady away. From viscera and all within, forth from the rectum, from the heart, from kidneys, liver, and from spleen. I drive thy malady away, from thighs, from kneecaps, from heels, from the forepart of thy feet, from hips, from stomach, and from groin. I drive thy malady away, from what is avoided, from within, and from thy hair, and from thy nails, from all thyself, from top to toe. I drive thy malady away, from every member, every hair, disease that comes in every joint, from all thyself, from top to toe. I drive thy malady away. Most spells like this would mention deity, but one in Arabic, the word for evil magic, seher, is, well, I spake and my will was done, that sort of thing. Maybe the person talking the words is treating themselves like the divinity, and then some other beings may decide to take part because they notice the evil magic and they want to whatever. But so this seems like it could be that sort, or even probably is, because most things mention something being worshipped, some sort of god or something treated as a god. Hymn 10.164, Dream Charm. Avant, thou master of the mind, depart, and vanish far away. Look on destruction, far from hence. The live man's mind is manifold. A happy boon do men elect, a mighty blessing they obtain. Bliss with asvata they see. The live man's mind seeks many a place. If by address, by blame, by imprecation, we have committed sin, awake or sleeping, all hateful acts of ours, all evil doings, may Agni bear away to distant places. When Indra Brahmanaspati, our deeds are wrongful and unjust, may Provident Angarasa prevent our foes from troubling us. We have prevailed this day and won. We are made free from sin and guilt. Ill thoughts that visit us, awake or sleeping, seize the man we hate, yea, seize the man who hateth us. Islam, for example, doesn't blame people when they're, for their actions when they're asleep. But even when you're asleep, some influences can come in. I myself fell asleep watching TV years ago. I don't know, 20 years ago it could have been. And I didn't know what was on until I went back and checked the TV guide, or there was a part in the paper and I saw a newspaper or something like that. And this, the thing about that was that I was angry at some people who, the type of person that it said was on the Springer Show. I don't watch the Springer Show, but that playing while I slept. And so likewise, I found that falling asleep to scripture has a helping quality too. Falling asleep in vocations affects one's dreams. Hymn 10.165, Vedas. Gods, whatsoever the dove come hither seeking, sent to us as the envoy of destruction, for that let us sing hymns and make atonement. Woe be it with our quadrupeds and bipeds. Auspicious be the dove that hath been sent us, a harmless bird, ye gods within our dwelling. May Agnes sage be pleased with our oblation, and may the missile borne on wings avoid us, and let not the arrow that hath wings distract us. Beside the fireplace, on the hearth it settles. May it bring welfare to our men and cattle. Here let the dove, ye gods, forbear to harm us. The screeching of the owl is ineffective, and when beside the fire the dove hath settled, to him who sent it hither as an envoy, to him be reverence paid. To death, to Yama, drive forth the dove, chase it with holy verses. Rejoicing, bring ye hither food and cattle. Barring the way against all grief and trouble, let the swift bird fly forth and leave us vigor. And, well, there's different responses to things, and some things are a sign, but of course people can use doves to send messages, so that's part of the reason of the use. And hymn 10.166, Sepet Nana Sanam, 5 verses. Make me a fool among my peers, make me my rival's conqueror, make me the slayer of my foes, a sovereign ruler, lord of kine. I am my rival's slayer, like Indra, unwounded and unhurt, and all these enemies of mine are vanquished and beneath my feet. Here verily I bind you fast, as the 2 bow ends with the string. Press down these men, O Lord of speech, that they may humbly speak to me. Hither I came as conqueror, with mighty, all-affecting power, and I have mastered all your thought, your synod, and your holy work. May I be highest, and having gained your strength in war, your skill in peace, my feet have trodden on your heads. Speak to me from beneath my feet as frogs from out the water croak, as frogs from out the water croak. And, well, some see frogs as a symbol of Baal, or, Baalim, lords. But the point of some of these hero myths are that we become heroes ourselves. Hymn 10.167, Indra. 4 verses. This pleasant meath, O Indra, is effused for thee. Thou art the ruling lord of beaker and of juice. Bestow upon us wealth with many hero sons. Thou having glowed with fervor, wonnest heavenly light. Let us call Sakra to libations here effused, winner of light, who joyeth in the potent juice. Mark well this sacrifice of ours, and come to us. We pray to Magavan, the vanquisher of hosts, by royal somas, and by Varuna's decree, under Brihaspati's and Adamati's guard, this day by thine authority, O Magavan, maker, disposer thou, I have enjoyed the jars. I too urged on, have had my portion in the bowl, and as first prince I drew forth this my hymn of praise, when with the prize I came unto the flowing juice, O Visvamitra, Jamadagne, to your home. And what is present is towards a goal, and it's beyond our enjoyment. But let us enjoy what is here. Hymn 10.168, Vayu, 4 verses. O the wind's chariot, O its power and glory, crashing it goes, and hath the voice of thunder. It makes the regions red, and touches heaven, and as it moves, the dust of earth is scattered. Along the traces of the wind they hurry. They come to him as dames to an assembly, borne on his car with these for his attendants. The god speeds forth, the universe's monarch, traveling on the paths of air's mid-region. No single day doth he take rest or slumber. Holy and earliest born, friend of the waters, where did he spring, and from what region came he? Germ of the world, the deity's vital spirit, and this god moves ever as his will inclines him. His voice is heard, his shape is ever viewless. Let us adore this wind with our oblation. From 10.169, Cows. 4 verses. May the wind blow upon our cows with healing. May they eat herbage full of vigorous juices. May they drink waters rich in life and fatness. The food that moves on feet be gracious, Rudra. Like colored, various hued, are single colored, whose names through sacrifice are known to Agnya, whom the Angarasas produce by fervor. Vouchsafe to these Parajanya great protection, those who have offered to the gods their bodies, whose varied forms are all well known to Soma. Those grant us in our cow pen, O Indra, with their full streams of milk and plenteous offspring. Prajapata, bestowing these upon me, one-minded with all gods and with the fathers, hath to our cow pen brought auspicious cattle. So may we own the offspring, they will bear us. And there are things that we know and things that are only known to the unseen, disincarnate entities. And what is good for the animals is good for the drinkers of their milk, the eaters of their flesh. And the forces of nature very often indicate paths for us to follow or not follow. Hymn 10.168 is what I was talking about, that last couple sentences of comment, but hymn 10.170, Surya, 4 verses. May the bright god drink glorious Soma mingled meath, giving the sacrifice's Lord uninjured life. He who, wind-urged in person, guards our offspring well, hath nourished them with food and shines over many a land, radiant as high truth, cherished, best at winning strength, truth based upon the statute that supports the heavens. He rose a light that kills Vritras and enemies, best slayer of the Dasyus, Asuras and foes. This light, the best of lights, supreme, all-conquering, winner of riches, is exalted with high laud. All lightning, radiant, mighty as the sun to see, he spreadeth wide, unfailing victory and strength. Beaming forth splendor, with thy light, thou hast attained heaven's lustrous realm. By thee were brought together all existing things, possessor of all Godhead, all affecting God. And all affecting God, wouldn't that mean not Godhead, but possessor of all the angelic forces? We can think of it in that sense too. But some things are not so much inherent as the result of actions and all that. Hymn 10.171, Indra. For Itta's sake, who pressed the juice, thou, Indra, didst protect his car, and hear the Soma giver's call. Thou from his skin hast borne the head of the swift-moving combatant, and sought the Soma pourer's home. Venya, that mortal man, hast thou for Astra Budna, the devout. O Indra, many a time set free. Bring Indra to the east again, that sun who now is in the west, even against the will of gods. And that's the thing too. The final will is the ultimate acausal. The light beings, like the creation of the human being, they were like, well, not quite, but they were questioning. It was like, why you want to create a human being? Hymn 10.172, Dawn, 4 verses. With With all thy beauty, come. The kind approaching with full utters follow on thy path. Come with kind thoughts most liberal, rousing the warrior's hymn of praise. With bounteous ones as nourishers, we tie the thread, and, liberal with our bounty, offer sacrifice. Dawn drives away her sister's gloom, and through her excellence makes her retrace her path. And by liberal, they mean open. They don't mean anything political, or they don't mean somebody's letting free with what they shouldn't do, or hymn 10.173, the King, 6 verses. Be with us, I have chosen thee. Stand steadfast and immovable. Let all the people wish for thee. Let not thy kingdomship fall away. Let not thy kingship fall away. Be even here, fall not away. Be like a mountain unremoved. Stand steadfast here like Indra's self, and hold the kingship in the grasp. This man hath Indra established, made secure by strong oblation's power. May Soma speak a benison, and Brahmanaspati on him. Firm is the sky and firm the earth, and steadfast also are these hills. Steadfast is all this living world, and steadfast is this king of men. Steadfast may Varuna the king, steadfast the god Brihaspati. Steadfast may Indra, steadfast too. May Agni keep thy steadfast reign. On constant Soma let us think with constant sacrificial gift, and then may Indra make the clans bring tribute unto thee alone. Now, the different parts or aspects speak to each other, as it were.